Good morning, children. I hope you have listened to the previous video about the chapter fundamental concepts, where I have explained about the term state and its four elements, right? And the four elements comprises of population, right? Government, sovereignty and population. Sovereignty, right, children? That to be divided into internal external sovereignty, then territory and government. Clear, children? So I hope so. In these four elements form the states. Clear, children? And in the previous video I have already explained you about the differences between state and government. Clear? Why, how state is permanent, how government is temporary. Clear, everyone? Government come and go, but the states, if you talk about the state is a permanent. It continuously lives so long as it continues to enjoy sovereignty, internally externally free from control, right, children? So here in this video, obviously it is in continuation with the previous video, I'm going to explain you about the differences between state and society plus the association. Clear, children? So let's start. Okay, if you see the state and society, I'm going to clear yourself first of all what is a state and society. Like previously in the video, in the previous video, I've already touched the topic state, but here in comparison to society, I'm going to explain you again. Now if you see in ancient time, no difference used to be made between the state and society. Ancient Greek philosopher like Plato and Aristotle never made a distinction between the two. However, later on in the 17th century, political thinkers like Locke came forward to recognize the state was different from society. Since that time, all political thinkers, with few exceptions, exceptions thinkers, they presently presented the concept of a totalitarian state, and they have already accepted the differences. Clear, children? So now let's come on to the definition of society. Society is often and popularly defined as a sum total of social relations among people. Clear? Now if you see, man is a social animal by nature and necessity. His nature, reproductive instinct and ability to use language forces him, and his physical and material need compel him to live together with others. The network of relations that naturally emerges in the process of collecting, living, is called the society or the social system. It is always categorized by cooperation and conflict among the members of the society. Right, children? So, in simple word, if you see, a society is a human organization whose members live together and cooperate with each other for the fulfillment of their common objectives. Clear? Now, if you see, society includes every willed relationship of man to man. The term society means harmonious or at least peaceful relations. Right? All human institutions, structures, communities, associations, classes, and groups existed and work within the society. Society includes all social relations. Society is a web of social relations, right? The system of social relations, that means the society is the object of study of sociology. So I hope so people have understood what is society. Now let's come on to the features of society. Clear, children? Now society, if you see, is vast and a complex system of social relation. Social relation involve continuous interactions among the people of a society. Social relations are categorized by cooperation, some conflict and disputes and competition. Society is not a mere collection of people. It essentially means continuous social relations and interactions among its people. Both likeness and diversity are essential conditions of society. Members of the society as have several similarity as well as some diversity. Social consciousness about social relation is a feature of society. Interdependence categorize characteristics all the members of a society. Society is abstract, it cannot be seen. It is a system of social relationship among its people. Since these relationships are abstract, society is also abstract. Society is dynamic, social change continuously characteristics each society. Now, each society has its own culture, a set of traditions, habits, and its understandings, orientations, beliefs, values, and symbol. Culture is the way of life of the member of society. Right, children? So I hope so people have understood about about hearing about the features of society. Ki if you see, as such, society is a vast and complex system of social relationship among its people. It is not a mere aggregation or collection of people. It is something more than this. All human activity, political, economical, moral, culture, educational, religious, and other take place in society. This is also the case of business, trade, industry, commerce, and economy. These operate in society and these are deterministically influenced by society. In turn, these also greatly influence the nature and course of all social relations. Clear, children? So let's move on to another slide now. Now, differences between state and society. Now, let's come on to the differences between state and society. Now, society is wider in scope than a state. It means society is a very broad and comprehensive organization of human beings. It is formed by all type of relationships that emerge and develop among people when they live together. It includes social, economic, cultural, political, moral, religious, and in fact all types of relation. It has a very wide scope. As against this, state is only a political institution or community. It is concerned primarily with the exercise of power in society. Next, state is prior to state. Society is prior to state. Society is rooted in human nature. As social animal, human beings naturally enter into social relationship and form the society. The birth of society took place in the earliest stages of history. State too has a very long history behind it and yet everyone agrees. It came after the birth of society. The need for protecting the social relationship as well as the need for law and order gave the rise to the need of the state and its birth after the evolution of society into a territorial settled society of men and women who started living as husbands and wives for the upbringing of their children. Next, state represents an organized unit of human beings. Society reflects the natural unity of human beings into social relationship. Society includes both organized and unorganized groups of people, their activity and relationship. It consists of a vast network of human relationship and has a basis in the social nature of man. It reflects togetherness of organized as well as unorganized groups of people bound by a general and continuous system of mutual relationship. A state is politically organized community of people living on a definite portion of territory and categorized by the exercise of supreme power. How now government is the agency of the state. Society has no formal and organized agent. A state acts through its government. Government is the agent of the state, exercises the sovereignty of the state. It makes and implements laws of the state. Society has no single agent or agency. It is a self-regulating system of relationship. It is maintained naturally through a network of custom, tradition, usages, and naturally evolved codes of conduct. Next, sovereignty belongs to state and not to society. Sovereignty is the most essential property and the hallmark of a state. A state exercises supreme, sovereign power over all the member institutions of the society. It is a law and order maintaining institution of society. Its laws bind all the member of society. Society is a system of social relations. Next, territory belongs to a state and not to the society. State is a territorial entity. Definite territory is an essential element of the state. Society has no territory. Even vagabonds bound by social ties constitute a society. Non-resident Indians who have got the citizenship of other states continues to member of the Indian society. They have little links with the Indian state except as aliens, tourists, or persons of Indian origin living in various countries of the world. I hope so, children, you people have understood this point. Society is concerned with both internal and external dimension of human behavior, but a state is concerned only with external dimension of human behavior. A state is concerned with external human behavior. How now? It lays down rules and regulate the external behavior of individual, their groups, institution, political groups, economic groups, and socio-political economic interaction. A state exercises power only on those person, group, institution which commit any breach of law. As against it, the society is concerned with all aspects of human behavior in society. Social customs and traditions and rule of morality govern all type of social relations at all level, individual, family, community, neighborhood, regional and national. Next, sociology studies society and politics, political science studies state. From our point of view of society, social relations constitute the object of study of sociology, whereas state and political relations are the objects of study of politics. However, all political relations institutions are parts of social system society and sociology is also interested in this. So I hope so children you people have understood the differences now. Now come to state and associations now. What do you mean by state and association? If you see, the state is an association which acting through laws as promulgated by a government endowed to this end and with coercive power maintain order within a community territorial fixed. Clear, children. And if you see the definition of association, association is a group of individuals who are organized to achieve a particular objective or objectives. Right, children? So if you see here, an association is a group of individuals who are organized to achieve a particular, they are achieving a particular objectives. Now, if you see, each association has elements like a group of people, voluntary membership, shared and common interest or needs as the basis, some set of objective goals which are to be achieved collectively by all the member, a voluntary organization and cooperation among the member objectives, pooled resources for funds needed for action. Clear, children? This is the definition of the association, of an association, right? They are the group of individuals and are organized to achieve a particular motto or objectives. Now this way we have reached to the end of the video now, children. So I hope so people have understood ki what do you mean by associations and state. Clear, children? Now if you see, associations are of several kinds. There are associations of labor, trade, government employees and others. These are economic associations, trade unions, chambers of commerce and other. Each political party is also political associations. Then the Arya Samaj, Sanatan Dharma Sabha, Jain Sabha, Singh Sabha and like or all religious association. A Sangeet Sabha, a literary society, a dramatic club are all cultural associations. Rotary Club, Lion Clubs and similar other organizations are social service associations of the people. Right, children? So I hope so if you see, an association is group of men who attempt to accomplish certain aims or objectives through mutual cooperation and by following rules. Clear, children? So I hope so people have understood about the state and association. Clear? And if you move back again, so I hope you people have understood about the differences between state and society. Right? If you see, the state came into existence after the birth evolution of a society. The social relationship formed by the people needed protection, and for this, a need for an order maintaining and regulating body was felt. A state emerged as such an institution and started providing through its agency, government, security, law, and order to the society. The boundaries of the state and society are usually, interrelated, yet there are several differences between the two, which I have already explained you all. Right, children? So I hope so. This way we have come to the end of this video. So children, try to listen to the video. Here it's nothing more, nothing complicated here. Here we are just explaining you the definition about the state, associations, government, and we are trying to, tell you the differences and the minute differences about what is government, what is a state, and what is association, so that it will be more cleared, right? That means they are not the same thing. Clear, children? So I hope so you people have understood by now. Listen to this video attentively. Till then, thank you.